All right, so we are getting another progressive bed ready. I'm here with Jeremy. He's going through the final steps. And, this bed, Jeremy, was serviced at the hospital.
Yes.
We still need to do a little touch up on the cleaning
Yeah,
of it.
we haven't even gotten to that part.
But even though these beds are in a contract and they're being serviced in a hospital, look at what the filter looks like. That's your air filter right there. And that is basically going to take out a blower. If you can imagine an air blower in a bed that has to push
So the
air.
blower down here. This is the blower assembly down here. And it's got this cover that goes on it right here. And that's your intake system. Right there. And these have to be taken off. The cover has to be taken completely off in order to service this unit and to make sure. If you don't have this, take this cover off and you don't clean that filter, eventually this blower will begin to scream. Audibly, you'll be able to hear it. As it gets hotter and hotter, and it overheats the bearings inside the blower, and eventually the blower will quit working due to excessive heat. So when that happens, the entire air system will eventually go down.
And that gets very expensive. So, I guess what we're trying to say is when we ship a bed out and it gets green tagged, Jeremy, real quick, I know there's like 20 things you do. I know you want to just...
Yeah, so we go through, as you guys saw a few seconds ago on the screen. We check all the surface issues on the screen. We go through all the functions on the bed over here on this side. And you can tell everything. We do the pulmonary. We check all the percussion vibration. We also go into the service screen and check for any error codes under the diagnostics tab. And this will tell us what's going on with the entire bed. It does a full accounting of the air surface, of the compressor, of the blower, of the electrical systems on the bed, and it will tell us up here. And these are little drop-down menus. My fingers are kind of big, but you can see we can check the air control board, the upper control board, the side-com board, the scale board, and the pneumatic control board. So all of those can be checked. If there's anything wrong, it'll tell us here. It'll give us a code specifically in this area of the screen. We'll be able to diagnose it by that code and by the description. And then that'll tell us exactly what we need to do to repair that and to fix that issue. So if we have a clear screen, everything looks good. Everything's working good. We know all the functions are working good. So this bed, as of right now, after we clean the filter out and finish the PM on it, clean it up, this bed will be ready to go back into service again. Everything's fully functional.
And, that's the thing that's so important. When you sell progressive beds, you need somebody like Jeremy that's got the skill set that knows this stuff very well. Over 14 years working directly as a Hill Rom technician. He knows the bed very well. And going through and greasing and lubing every joint, every rail, every section of the bed that moves. Calibrating the scales, recalibrating the load beams. Just every single part of this bed from head to toe is gone through. But this is something that we see all the time where whoever was doing the work on the bed previously was not pulling out and cleaning the filter. And one of the things that you see that'll go wrong on these beds is going to be the blower going out. And the blower obviously is going out because whoever was doing the service on it was not going the extra mile and not taking that piece off and not cleaning out that filter. If you get the bed and it's going into a house with a lot of carpet, with cats and dogs,
yes,
how often would you recommend they go in there?
So in a home where you have a smoker or you have animals, you have a lot of pet dander, pet fur, or if you live in a really dusty area like I live around a bunch of fields, then it's something you're going to want to get serviced every 6 months, that filter itself.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the standard PM on the bed, that can typically go for a year.
Yeah.
But the blower and the filter system, the more dusty and dirty it is in the environment, the more you need to have that taken care of. This one came out of a hospital, and for whatever reason, someone just neglected to go through that particular part, and they did not clean that filter out. Because if they did, it wouldn't look like that, obviously. Yeah. And that needs to be done in a hospital every 6 months.
Yeah.
So, and the typical contract would be every 6 months to every year, depending on what the contract
Right.
involves.
Right. And, there's, we're not going to talk about, who was doing the contract. That doesn't matter. But the main thing is when we ship the beds out, we've got certified Hill Rom technicians thoroughly going through the bed. Jeremy, you're also a former military veteran. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
And, sir, you have at least another 10 plus years in durable medical equipment, plus
Yes.
14 plus years working for Hill Rom and as a lead service technician. So,
Over 30 years combined in engineering and field tech service.
yeah.
Over 30
So,
years
when you're buying a bed, people, I will always tell you, selling the bed is the easy part. Getting the sale in the door, not hard. The hard part and the most challenging part that you must have in place is the back end of your service department, having somebody like Jeremy that can answer calls, that can troubleshoot, that we can get, parts. Many times with repair on these beds, we can do it with a FaceTime call
Yes.
and a Phillips screwdriver because many parts of this bed are actually quite easy to get to. But having the back end support is what separates our company from many other companies out there. And, it's kind of nice to do these behind the scenes videos because this really shows people, that there's more to these beds than just plugging them in and saying it works. It's pulling the bed apart, going through different parts of it and, making sure that all the joints, everything's lubed and that, filters are changed and that error codes are tracked down and all those different things. And, there's a lot of places that unfortunately don't have the staff or the qualified technicians to do it, but we do. So, Mr. Hospital Bed with Mr. Hospital Bed Repair, like brothers from another mother. But we're here, once again to just reassure you. And we just got off the phone with a customer in Texas that just bought a bed, and she had many of those same questions. What happens if something goes wrong? What happens if there's an issue? You've got us. You've got our back end support. Not only do we have access to technicians around the country, like I said, we can get parts, we can help troubleshoot, and we know these beds very well. And we're really doing everything ahead of the call to make sure that there isn't an issue and that you're set up so that, you're not being put in a position where you're immediately having a problem or you're immediately coming in and the bed is too loud. So, these are all things that we do. I think it's important that people know that. And Jeremy, dude, thank you so much. I love you.
Love you too, brother.
Thank you, man, for being here with us and making this team as efficient. And then the girls back there that are hiding, there they go. Those are our customer service gals. Yeah. So it's a team effort, and I think it's important that people know that. So thanks for watching the video. Subscribe and share. This is the Hill Rom Progressa Bed, what we do for preventive maintenance, what we do for an overview. Subscribe, share, and call us at one of the numbers below to order a bed and have it shipped to your location.